to try to analyze this property as if I were trying to make a move on it. Practice makes perfect, and I gotta start somewhere. So we're gonna do this property. First, let's kind of look at my buy box, what I'm kind of looking for. I know it's not pretty, but let's do this quick. Okay, safe location. Currently I'm in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is not a safe place, and I have a hot girlfriend, so can't be in a dangerous area. For her sake and for my sake. So, safe location number one. I am not sitting on a bunch of cash. I feel like a 70 to 120 can put me into a decently nice place. Yeah, so around that area is what I'm looking for a down payment. I do want to hit the 20% down payment, because I want to avoid any PMI or insurances due to a low down payment. I prefer to have a side-by-side duplex. I guess this is more of a, I feel like tenants are most likely not going to bother each other on a side-by-side one, because you're a little bit more separated and sound is, yeah, I feel like there would be less tenant disputes with a side-by-side than a top and bottom duplex. A low room count, for my price range, I feel like if I had high room count, then tenants that I either like a tenant, this one isn't really entirely thought through, but for me personally, the low bedroom count would be best. I feel like my price range, having a high bedroom count, is gonna encourage lower income or less attractive tenants to try to get into this property if there's a high bedroom count. Does that make sense? I think it does. Light renovation, I would like to throw some sweat equity into the property somehow, but I have zero experience with that stuff, so light renovation, please. Cash flow positive after under 5 years. Yeah, stuff wasn't, or properties aren't like they used to be like 10 years ago. A lot of what I see is, they're barely scraping by of being cash flow positive, but I don't know. I've never actually bought anything, and that's why I'm kind of looking for feedback. Above 950 home. This is because I don't want to invest in something and try to hold it for 30 years if it's only going to last 10 more. 950 is kind of like the start of their newer homes in Milwaukee. We have a lot of old homes. And good schools. Good schools attract good attendance, I believe. So, alright, let's just get into it. Visually, visually it looks good. I don't see too many eyesores. Houses next to it look relatively clean and relatively safe. The area doesn't look, too beaten down. I would be fine with my hot girlfriend walking around, walking the dog. Obviously I don't know the neighbors, but I don't see any bad signs. Yeah, whatever. In terms of pictures of the property, it looks relatively nice, relatively clean. Unfortunately, I don't see too much room for renovation. I was kind of hoping for like a kitchen. Actually, the flooring. I think replacing the flooring kitchen countertops could be done relatively cheap. I don't. Yeah, this looks outdated. I think we can update this without spending too much money. Living, that looks fine. That looks fine. That looks fine. Bathroom, I don't think you can get too much out of that. I think that probably have to stay. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. The outdoors, like I said, it kind of looks fine. I'm settling at a good, like, solid good for in terms of the visuals of the property. How much that means, I don't know, because I'm just going off my gut feeling. Location-wise, overall, we're in Wauwatosa, west of Milwaukee. Why? Milwaukee's dangerous. Northwest Milwaukee, bad. And I personally work in the area, so I would like to be close. Wauwatosa is a nice town. If we look at Neighborhood Scout, Milwaukee's very bad and dangerous. Wauwatosa is a little bit better. In terms of appreciation, where was I? Somewhere. It's pretty good in terms of appreciation. Where's the numbers? Come on. Market rent. The vacancy rate for Wauwatosa is pretty good compared to other cities, according to this website. Yeah, and with this location would be the 2-bedroom category, which is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, single family, that's as expected. Yeah, as you can see here, this is about the average. Obviously, I would love to go, the 1970s area, but we just have old homes here. What else? Crime. Yeah, it makes it look bad. Compared to Milwaukee, it's pretty freaking good. Yeah, it still looks bad, but I can show you. Jesus. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, United States. So, yeah, Milwaukee is a no-no area. Let's get out of here, please. Okay, so that's location. In terms of rent, thank you, Rent-O-Meter. Yeah, we're looking at an average of 1,500. That's what I kind of put into the Bigger Pockets calculator. What other details in here did I do? So the purchase price is, I just set their asking price, and then I used Gemini to get closing cost percentage. Down payment 20%. That's reasonable, within my range. That's just what's currently out there right now. This is off the Rent-O-Meter. If I have both units rented out, this is given. And property taxes down here. Insurance. I know it was a month with it. Did I? It's making me look bad. Repairs and maintenance. This is hard for me to judge. They don't give any good notes on I don't see any good notes on in terms of life cycle of appliances. It says they're split. They're definitely split. It says it here somewhere. Kitchen appliances. The upper unit has a long-term. Yeah. But yeah, there's no life cycle given in terms of the appliances. So I just did kind of an average of 7. It's an older home, 1950s, 1951. So I did a little bit higher on the capital expenditures, looking to, replace the roof if I need to, or vacancy. It's relatively on the lower side due to the nice location, and I would self-manage. Update analysis. Yeah, so we're looking at a negative 569 per month, which is not what we're looking for, but it's really hard to find good, easy deals now. But that also means you can negotiate. So 5 years. Let me do this. After 5 years, we're sitting at that. So they're asking. Rent, homes. Oh yeah, schools. School is good location, good schools. That's what I'm kind of looking for. I see this 9 out of 10. East High School. That's good. I guess I know I'm not in like a large. It's only 2 bedrooms, so there's not probably going to be a huge family. So maybe schools aren't as important, but I still like being in the locations where the schools are nice. Okay, so that's based on their asking price. Let's see what we need to get to break even after 5 years in terms of negotiation. Let's go 415 triple. This is 5 years. Still, this 415. Yeah. Oh my God! Wow, that's so beautiful. Am I tripping? What did I do? What? Huh? What? Oh, I didn't. Everybody's perfect, right? Okay. Jesus. So it goes from 400 to 270-ish. Let's see where we have to be. See if I can get it to. I get that. Yeah, we're gonna get diminishing returns. Is that how the math works? I'm not sure. And this is, including what it would cost to save up for the expenditures. So it's just good bookkeeping to go negative 200 a month. Trying to prevent that if something does break that I have to pull out of my actual funds instead of like the business funds. So I could skew this and say that if I save less money for capital expenditures, I could be breaking even. I guess that would also mean if I was to house hack here, I was charging that for a unit is 200. So I'd be living there for 1,700. I want to live here for 1,700. I think I would live here for 1,700 with, especially with the loan being under my name, and then it, yeah, appreciation and all that stuff. So, where does this lead me to? Rents after 5 years, $200 a month. Let's think about this. Take 10 years for it to start cash flowing at, I think appreciation was at 2%. And I believe Wauwatosa is significantly better than that. But if I leave it at 2%, then I'm being what the heck is the word? Underestimate? No. Just safe call. Or there's a certain word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it right now. Yeah, I'd be almost double than what I have it set for right now. It would be a cherry on top if we got a 4.37 appreciation, but we're kind of in the great stall, as they say. So I think my underestimate, my safe estimate, would make me more happy for now. But where does this lead me to? Since I do not have a great range of, a great understanding of what's a good deal and a bad deal, and that's kind of why I'm doing this. Oh, you know what I should do? This is listing price. 438. Okay, this is what I was trying to show earlier, about the discount of that I would have to ask for to get the cash flow after 5 years that I'm looking for. Let me, ooh, that could have been bad. Yeah, we're gonna need rents to climb. I mean, I'm not gonna try to mess too much with the interest rates because I believe those are gonna stay like that for a while. But I'd be fine with that in a nice location, especially if interest rates went down. That would help me out a lot. Um, let's give this a rating. Shoot. Uh, the deal, it would really depend on what I can negotiate and what their, yeah, the location's nice, the property's nice, but could I negotiate a 10% off and get away with it? I don't know. If I could, I would. And I believe that's it. I don't really know what else to add to this. Thank you for watching. I'll probably edit out some of my jibber jabber and blanks, but yeah, I need to start doing this. So please comment on how I should improve this process or how you do it. I'm just looking to improve. That's it. Thank you, and